Hi, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Ooh, and
Oh,
we have visitors.
awesome. It is the beginning of February. Can you believe it? So
I love it.
awesome. Well, for those of you who are new, my name is DeVika Lyles, and I am a sexologist. I am the owner of the Center for Transformative Sexology, and I am here with my friend Brittany, who is hosting. And Brittany uh, is the owner of Biz Storming, which is an accountability and networking support. And so I'm going to let her tell you about today and what we're doing here. And then we're going to share.
I don't know why I get to tell about today. I don't know what we're doing. Um,
Well, just what is the intention of the Rolodex? I mean, we're starting a new year. We've got new visitors. So just,
yeah. So like Devika said, I am Biz Storming. I am the owner of Biz Storming. It was created inside of DeVika Lyles' success cohort. And the business really is coming to an amazing place where it's thriving and growing. But it became about because business owners and entrepreneurs are not doing business. They are doing the things that bring in the money and they are forgetting the things that will bring in the residual and bring in the existing money. So my goal is that all business owners can be put in a place where they are safe to say, "Hey, I don't know how to market. I don't want to market and it's exhausting." And other business people can say, "Yeah, we all agree." And this is how we overcome that. So we've created a community that builds teams for people who do not have a team. When you are by yourself, you can go in there and you can say, "Hey, I'm struggling," or "Hey, I did this and I succeeded." And that is what our community is. So if you go to bizstorming.net, the first month is free. And if you don't continue with the actual paid version of the community, you still have access to a pretty significant amount of support. So we do want to make sure that business owners are being supported as they are where they are, and that it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to have teamwork. But
Awesome.
Davika is here on the Rolodex because I love to highlight those that network and promote and push others with everything that they have. And Davika is one of those people who does that. So, with that being said, Davika, why don't you tell us a little bit about all the things you're up to this week?
Perfect. So, part of the reason I wanted you to share that is because as a sexuality educator, as a sexologist, um, there can be some stops in marketing what we do. And that can create just like, I don't know, difficulty in marketing ourselves. And today we're going to create some room for some marketing. We're going to create some room for people to know what I am up to and to participate if they want to. And so if you'll go to the slide, Brittany, I am part of an amazing summit of sexuality educators, advocates, people who do racial justice work, people who are doing work for those who are disabled, those who are neurologically diverse. And I realized that part of this is all marketing. And I haven't wanted to share because I have this history of saying what I do and then people freaking out. But what we're doing is amazing, amazing work. I'm going to be in the conference 3 times. First, on the 4th, I'm doing an introduction to the Cuddle Sutra. It won't be the full Cuddle Sutra, but it will be enough for people to walk away with understanding their own communication using deliberate displays of love and emotion, which is what I have cuddle mean, your timeline. When did you get those kinds of cuddles? What kind of cuddles did you get? And how that is now impacting your life as an adult. Because, like I said in previous videos, the Cuddle Sutra is one of my most favorite and flagship tactile and somatic practices that I teach people because it provides just amazing transformation. In fact, somebody called it cuddle transformation the other day. And I was just like so honored that that's the listening that I have. So on the 4th, we're doing a lot of body work, a lot of work against having body shame, and the Cuddle Sutra, the introduction to the Cuddle Sutra is part of that. The next time that I'm participating for with a workshop is on the 7th of February. I'm doing a trauma informed and transformed life, and that's really about, we all have traumas. We all have things that we are dealing with. And a lot of us, we focus on what happened and not the impact that it has on our life now. So we'll focus on, I had an abusive partner, or I had an abusive parent, or I didn't get the job that I wanted because, that's the interesting part, but we don't often share, like, and now I'm afraid to go into dark closets by myself, or I'm afraid to use wire hangers, or I'm afraid to use Dawn dishwashing liquid, or I'm afraid to try something I really, really want. And we're not dealing with the impact of the trauma, we're simply dealing with the trauma. When we deal with the impact of the trauma, we actually learn how to put structures in place to not only have the trauma inform our life, but then to transform our life. And so we'll be talking about that, because when you don't have it distinguished, then you just live a trauma conformed life, a life that is conformed by trauma. When you deal with the impact that the trauma has, now it's just, this is informing my life, but it's not minimizing my life or preventing me from doing things. So those are the 2 workshops that I'll be doing. I will also be doing a sex positive parenting support group for parents who want to learn how to be sex positive and age appropriate, and breaking up some of those generational conversations that stop people from actually getting the help that they need. But the thing is that I'm not even the only person on the summit. I'm one of the people. So I don't know, Brittany, if you can pull up the schedule that I sent. But we have some amazing people, some that I'm just getting to discover, and they'll be doing some classes. I know there's classes on non-monogamy and exploring non-monogamy. There's a few that I'm very excited about. One is about how to date and how to advocate for yourself when you are neurodiverse, and or disabled and want to date or explore your sexuality. There's some of that. So I am really super excited to be part of this. This is my first time being part of this summit, but it's not the first time that this summit has been done. It is a global summit, and we have people from all walks of life. It's kind of a blurry thing, so I'll keep talking about. But we've got people who are doing sharing circles. We've got people who are doing immigrant and decolonization. Like, how do immigrants experience their sexuality in a place that is foreign to and for them? We're also doing midlife sexuality. So there's a whole schedule. There's this amazing, it's all, because it's global, you'll see that there's different time zones. And so we are doing just amazing work. One of them is called Everyone Has a Pelvic Floor. And if you know anything about sexual health, your pelvic floor is an amazing muscle, and everyone has one, and it impacts everyone's bladder control, their orgasms, and their ability to really function and have solid health. Even in your core. I mean, as a Pilates instructor, you used to be a Pilates instructor, the pelvic floor is a key centering and grounding part of the body. And there's all these, also there's all these different support groups. I know there's a couple for BDSM and kink. So it is really just an amazing opportunity to get like a bunch of classes at a low rate. Just to let you know, the Cuddle Sutra is $450, and you're going to get a sample of it for as part of this $150 ticket that they're asking for. So I just want to take a minute. I know we had some people typing. I know you might have some questions. But I just wanted to share that because I am so excited. And I've been a little shy sharing, and it doesn't work because we're doing amazing work. Sexologists do amazing work. And I want people to know the support that you give them in marketing themselves and having a safe space where I can actually come and share about this and get over, like, in real time, what's been stopping me from meeting my goal of sharing this and having 10 people register. And so when you register, I will put you in a drawing. If you let me know that you registered, I'll put you in a drawing for a free 1 hour session with me. That's $125. It almost all but covers your ticket. And then if you come, I have a booth during the sessions and during the week, and I'll share that as well. And then I will give away a $15 a 15-minute session to anyone who stops by my booth, works with me, or asks me questions, or whoever wants to register for a 15-minute session with me. So I just really thank you, Brittany. I wanted you to be able to plug yourself because I want people to have context for the real time effort that this is. I have been working on this for weeks, and this has just been the first time where I have been able to just have a space to share, or at least feel like I can share in a listening that will hear me and support me. Because I have my own trauma about marketing and sexuality and why and people's reactions. And today I just wanted to be in your space and give that up in real time so that people can see the benefit of working with you and also working with me. So if you'll put just mine with the three, and then just share with me what you're seeing from scrolling through the conference schedule. What do you see?
I love that. And I do, Sophia says that this sounds wonderful, which of course Sophia does. Sophia's in Sweden. And she runs a holistic concierge company who really helps get healers in touch with healers. And so this is definitely something right up her alley. So I'm sure she's probably looking at that link that's in the chat, and really just kind of seeing what she could do as well. And I love, DeVika, that you're like, hey, if you guys came from me and you signed up, let me know. Let me support you in signing up for something. And we kind of go around this conversation a lot. In specific areas, you as a sexologist, and I had a conversation with somebody earlier this week who was very smart, very sophisticated. Hi, Jeanette. We love you too. Very smart, very sophisticated. And I was telling her, like, hey, I would love to have a copyright help DeVika, because having the words and having the knowledge, sometimes you have to take it into a level where people can accept it.
Mhm.
And being able to have a second person to filter that might help. But here, I don't make you have to have a place to filter it. It's say what it is, because I will say what I think it is. And I'm like, it's good. Like, she's helped me for 10 years. So it's really a matter of where are you and how are you, but where are you safe to share, and why aren't you safe to share in other places? Why is that even a question? Why
Mhm.
do we have to connect with people and say, "Hey, can you help me create a space for the community?" Because they don't know that it's here, but if I use the words that they would lean towards, other people will interfere.
Yeah.
And so it's very difficult. And that's why in the community that we created, we have a BIPOC group. I'm not in it.
Mhm.
I'm not in the BIPOC group. You run it, it's yours. You tell me who goes in there. It's
Mhm.
yours. We have a group for people for women who specifically asked for, hey, I sometimes am just sad and I just want to have things sent to me that are happy. And so we created a group for that. We've created so many groups around what you're doing and creating space for people. But inside of the summit, yeah,
Yeah.
Davika.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, I asked you about the summit. I want to know about the summit because we're gonna run out of time. And I do appreciate the space to not have to filter myself because as soon as I say certain words, I get flagged. And it's made me a little gun shy, but I really wanted to share about the summit. So what about the summit would you participate in? Like you personally. I don't want you to
Um,
tell on yourself, but
right. No, well, I'm polyamorous, so I really like anything that has to do with open relationships and really just looking at what are those spaces. I honestly can't read my screen.
mhm.
So I was scrolling enough to where hopefully people can see and get things, but I couldn't read a lot of the classes.
Well, then you'd be interested in building healthy relationship dynamics, sexual intelligence, the power of porn in intimate relationships, and how that impacts. And then there is one. Let's look. Let's look.
Well,
I'm
and we
trying to.
know I'm very audible, so porn in situations is always great. Um,
There's the one, the color of beauty and power, and then there is one. I have to look. There's one, like I said, autistics attracting love without masking. Every time I think about that, I think about my son, and I'm just so glad that there are people who are sharing that. I'm trying to find the one for polyamory. I also don't see it right now, but there are some like support groups and things like that. There's one on BDSM, sex positive parenting, that's mine. There's some for transgender people. Um, I know that there's one and I just can't find it.
I would love
But
to go and, I like to go into the transgender space because I have that close to my space. So it's definitely something that I try to be a part of so I can learn as much as I can and be very, very interested in that. Sophia, she said that she would be interested in the expats and dating.
mhm,
So that's awesome. And then
there's
she
one.
also
Uh-huh.
Devika, she asked that I share what we have on the screen with her so she can put it in her community. Is that okay?
That's perfect. And that's the power of working with you, right? Like I have this thing, I've been kind of hiding it, and now I get to share it, and other people get to share it. And I just wanted to say before we wrap up, there are so many amazing support groups. And there are so many, like the one that you were just talking about. There's actually two. There's one for trans kids, but then there's also how to be a safe and support system for queer kids, which I think is just amazing. Um, and so I just really, like I said, in real time, wanted to let people know the work that you do, the work that the community does, because I feel like some part of me has been afraid of sharing this because there are places and spaces that the moment that I type a word, it's going to get flagged. And by being able to talk about it, I give people the access that they need. There are some really, really amazing opportunities. And I want to say, but please don't quote me just in case there's tech differences. I think they're all being recorded, which means if you can't watch it live, I think you can watch it as part of your package. But if there's something that happens and it doesn't go the way it's supposed to go, I don't want you to be like, I didn't say that. We have an intention to record them and share them, and you'll get that if you're part of the conference. So we're a little over time, but I felt like this was a really important. Sophia, I look forward to talking to you. Whoever wants to reach out, if you don't want to register without talking to me, I put my email address in there. It's dmarcellaliles@gmail.com. You can also just give me a call at 720-588-3227. I am happy to answer all of your questions. And if I can't, to find who does and who can. Um, and I'm giving up today not being in communication in a way that works because we are doing amazing work. So I just wanted to share that. So it actually starts this weekend. And I look forward to people participating.
Awesome. And I've already sent that over to Sophia, so she has that information. And I know you two are connected on Facebook, so reach out to her. Thank you, everybody. Over on that side, there are QR codes. Watch our previous YouTube videos. You'll learn a little bit more about the summit as well, because DeVika did speak a little bit on them and talk a little bit about what's going to go on inside of them. So
Yes.
over there, go ahead and book, watch our YouTubes, go connect with DeVika and get everything that you need. We greatly appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining us every time we go live. I am rambling until I find the right video. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.